It is the hottest day in Toronto this summer, and the hot ticket is in this building because it's the 159th birthday of this great country. Happy Canada Day, everybody. Battle of first and second place in the CEBL East. The Scarborough Shooting Stars home to the Montreal Alliance. And hello, Canada. Happy Canada Day. Rod Black along with Deshaun Stevens. And you know what, Deshaun? I got a little something for you.
Talk to me. Let's see it.
Here we
Let's
go,
see
buddy.
It.
There
okay.
you go. There you go. There you are.
I didn't see that until right now.
There you
Okay.
are.
I'm
There
a little
you
jealous
are.
right now. Okay.
There you are. I'm either going to sell ice cream or something that's a little tight. Anyway,
I like it.
It's Canada Day, and we should celebrate Canada. But first of all, let's talk about the Shooting Stars.
Let's do it.
Who are the class of the Canadian Elite Basketball League right now.
They are.
11-2. No Miles Powell, their star player today, suspended for one game. So that means a lot of the quarterbacking from the point will come from Cat Barber.
Yeah, and Cat Barber's going to be huge for this team. He came back 3-4 games ago, and listen, he's been trying to find his groove, single-digit points over the last 3 games, and we're looking for Cat Barber to kind of tap into that all-CEBL caliber level of play that we've seen from him in recent years. He's huge, going to be down the stretch for this team. Absolutely a legend, important player in this league's history, but still hasn't found his groove. We're looking for it. Let's see if he can get started today.
You know, it's as hot as a cat on a hot tin roof. It's so hot. Cat, and we've got another cat for Scarborough. Dale Mooncat.
Oh, listen, David Moincat is showtime. I like David Moincat. He's a youth sports player, former youth sports player at St. FX, has done some time with the Winnipeg Sea Bears. He's won a championship here in Scarborough, and now he's back in Scarborough, and he's going to be a very exciting addition to this team. He can do it all. Of course, he's known for his high-flying ability, but he can shoot the three. He can put the ball on the floor. He can really do it all. I like what I see from David Moincat. Great addition to this team. David
Moincat is. We'll see the Cats. We're going to see some all-Canadian matchups. We'll watch great Canadian players as we take a look at our matchup today and the numbers that will play out. Again, the Scarborough Shooting Stars, you can see the number. They shoot almost 45% from the field, but the big number is they almost score 100 points every game.
Yeah, this is a high-scoring team, the highest scoring basically in the CEBL, but the big thing is they're missing Miles Powell, who's their leading scorer and second leading scorer in the league. There's going to be a lot of opportunities today. Someone has to pick up the load. We're going to be looking primarily at Cat Barber. Let's see if he can pick up that load, replace the scoring that's going to be missing from Miles Powell, and keep this team high scoring. Of course, Montreal, great team. They're missing their leading scorer in Javon Freeman Liberty. And so this is going to be all on Quincy Guerrier. Can he step up as a Canadian player? Can he fill that void and carry this team to another win and get them a game above 500?
And we got the Maritimers as well. We've got Kellen Tynes in the game today. We've got Ben Stevens. And, of course, we've got a Maritime coach. The head coach of the St. Francis Xavier X-Men is Terrell Vernon, who coaches the Scarborough Shooting Stars, who is with our J.J. Evison. Guys, happy Canada Day.
Rod, happy Canada Day to you as well. Coach, we got to talk about David Mooncat. You've got experience with him at St. FX. He won a championship here. What is bringing him into this team going to do for your guys moving down this stretch of a tough season where you've got 24 games, but you're already up 11-2?
Yeah, I think his activity, his switchability, physicality, just coming into this league. Now is the shooting ability as well. So, we're going to use him down the stretch. We're going to need him down the stretch. So, other than that, we're just happy to have him.
Montreal has flexed in the paint on their 3-game win streak here. Where does it start for your team's defense to keep them outside of the painted area?
Just, again, get back in transition. Protect the ball, don't turn it over. Get good shot selection on the offensive end. This way we can build our defense. If it turns into a off-rebound battle, I don't think we want to be there.
Appreciate the time. Best of luck today.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Rod, back to you.
All right, the battle of the top 2 teams in the CEBL East. First meets second. Alliance have won 3 in a row. The Shooting Stars, well, it's Canada Day. And maybe we'll have some fireworks today during the daytime at the Pan Am Center in Scarborough. Back for the tip right after this. Hello, Canada. Welcome to a new CEBL season.
It's been amazing, Canada basketball, to put that platform and give guys an out.
The crowds were bigger, the players got better, the quality of the game got better.
You gotta love it, Canadian Goose.
Fasten your seatbelt tonight because we're going to have some high energy and some high flying stuff.
This is a chair. I'm looking shortage of intensity as anticipated.
Sliding away. What a block from behind.
Hydration.
Welcome back. Happy Canada Day, everybody. Wherever you're watching, wherever you're listening, around Canada, around the world. CEBL action today. It's a twin bill today of Canada Day. CEBL action begins with this battle in the East. The Shooting Stars and the Montreal Alliance, as they say in Quebec. The Montreal Alliance. Time now for our keys to the game, presented by CDIC. And the Montreal Alliance, their key, I would imagine, is to keep this streak going.
Yeah, for sure. I think for Montreal, Rod, it's all about protecting the perimeter. Scarborough is one of the best three-point shooting teams in the league. Miles Powell is out. Javon Johnson is still a top 5 shooter in the league from down deep. Protect that perimeter. It's a game of runs, so run, right? When it comes to the Scarborough Shooting Stars, don't let them find a rhythm. Don't let them get comfortable. Capitalize on those turnovers and make sure you run. And, of course, the Scarborough Shooting Stars are an emotional team. They love to get into your head. They love to play the mental game. Composure is essential.
Well,
calm down. Calm down. Don't let them get in your head, and you'll stay in this game.
Especially a guy who wears number 00. We'll talk more about Frank Mitchell, Frank the Tank, who is right now at the midseason point up for a number of awards in the CEBL, certainly a candidate. Let's take a look at the Scarborough Shooting Stars keys to the game, again presented by CDIC.
Yeah, the Scarborough Shooting Stars, where they thrive is in transition. You love it. They love to force turnovers, finish on the perimeter, finish at the rim. When it comes to winning in the paint, of course, we're going to talk about number 00, but they establish their presence in the paint. You want it. And, of course, that three-point rhythm. This is a team that takes an immense amount of threes. They love to put balls up from deep. You need it, but you got to make whatever you take.
Let's take a look at our starting lineups today, and change for the Shooting Stars. Khalil Miller will start at center. First time this season because Charles Bediako is with Team Canada as they get ready for Window 3 in their qualifiers, in the American qualifiers for the World Cup. Anthony Walker, Akoy Uwat, who's been outstanding. Jay Scrubb, only a couple of games in, and Kat Barber will start in place of Miles Powell, who again has been suspended for one game. And for the Montreal Alliance, always watch out for the guy whose name translates to English as warrior, Guerrier.
Yeah, Quincy Guerrier, listen, did time in the G League with the Raptors 905. He's been in this league now for around 3 seasons. He's a Canadian kid. He's a part of that, upbringing of basketball in Montreal, and then he's become a great scorer in this league. He's averaging 14 points per game this season on a pretty talented team. Of course, Javon Freeman Liberty is the leading scorer on his team, but he's taking a step back. But listen, he takes a lot of shots, he makes a lot of shots. He's shooting 50% essentially from the field right now, right? And he's bringing down 7.2 rebounds per game. This is going to be a huge opportunity for Quincy Guerrier this afternoon to kind of step into the spotlight and step in for Javon Freeman Liberty.
Anthony Walker, I didn't dab him up there. He was waiting for me. We couldn't get the game started until I dabbed him. Good to see Frank Mitchell. There he is. He comes off the bench. He's right now the 6th man of the year. I don't think there's any doubt. The Shooting Stars are 11-2. They're undefeated at home. They're in black today on Canada Day. The Alliance are in their light blue, and we are ready to go here. Our crew chief is Chris Bucella. Our umpire is Farhan Beg and Troy Bennett. Here's our players to watch today.
Yeah, when you look again, Frank Mitchell, again, number 00, 6th man of the year candidate. Canadian Player of the Year candidate, just broke the CEBL single game rebounding record, the leading rebounder in this league. He's going to have a huge impact off the bench in this game, and you'll see him probably within 2 minutes in this first quarter.
He's helping save the environment. He's created video games. Frank Mitchell, he's done it all. He's a professor. He's a scientist. He's the best of the best right now. When you're doing well, when you got momentum, why not? I think he's going to host Saturday Night Live tonight. I mean, he's been all over. I can't wait to watch Frank Mitchell today on Canada Day. We're ready to tip it off with the Spalding, the official basketball of the CEBL, and away we go. Kat Barber will lead things off. Third leading all-time score, and this might be the quickest whistle off the top.
What just happened?
And it might be related to the clock. It was the clock. They're just getting the shot clock in sync with the game clock. So there was no foul. There's nothing else. Chris Pacello calls over, and wisely will get that shot clock going. If you've never watched the CEBL today, what a great day to watch on Canada Day 2026. And it's different up here. We play it different. We play to a target score ending. We'll tell you more in the fourth quarter. There's 10-minute quarters, FIBA rules, but the final quarter only goes to the 6 minutes to the 4-minute mark. We stop the clock. We play to a target. Long way to go before then, though. Kat Barber, Jay Scrub on the floor. Back come the Alliance on a quick turnover and a scoop and a score right away on a turnover as Lou Williams was able to pick that up, and the Alliance are on the board leading 2-0.
I like that. Establish a steal early, finish in transition. Get on the point on the board early.
Khalil Miller, not normally a three-point shooter, took one. That's off. The Alliance starting early. Kevin Asawe, watch for him, the Brampton, Ontario native coming home, former New Jersey Institute player. Wanted a corner three, pump fake, and to the rim, and a foul. And quickly, the Alliance, just like you talked about in your keys to the game, going to the rack early on with some momentum as Lou Williams will step to the line and shoot two.
And I like that. Nelson took it to the rim. You know, you're going to have to look at this foul. Nelson took it to the rim, bounces it out to Williams, and listen, he drives, doesn't take that three, instead says, listen, let me drive, get some contact, establish himself in the paint, right, get some contact, and now he's at the line, about to hit two, and make this a 4-point game if he makes this free throw.
Lorenzley, Lou Williams, the second out of Atmore, Alabama, played in Finland recently, played in Tarleton State University, the Texans, one of the newcomers to the CEBL, and quickly the Alliance have a 4-0 lead, and right now it just seems the shooting stars. Keep in mind, this is a lineup they haven't used, a starting lineup this season, so it might take a little bit to get in sync.
Yeah, they're missing two big pieces. They're missing Miles Powell, they're missing Amir Sims, and Kat Barber is also looking to find himself, right? So there's a lot kind of going on right now with Scarborough.
And Charles Bediako, who is not starting, and Kat Barber misses the easy lay-in. Once again, it's Horton, IT as they call him. Teal Horton played at House of Telsis, Belgium and Netherlands recently, University of Texas Longhorn. Jay Scrub, in and out. Slow start for the Shooting Stars here at home on Canada Day.
Lou Williams with some great on-ball defense on that last possession.
Sawe. Back out Williams. And the baseline jumper from Horton. And here comes Kat. Kat Barber, the third leading all-time CEBL scorer, number one all-time in assists. Legendary. Just needing to shake some rust off. Playing overseas, comes back to the team midway through the season. Khalil again underneath. Akoy Uat breaks the seal, and the Shooting Stars are on the board.
Akoy Uat with a big rebound, second chance opportunity, really athletic player. Going to be a lot of great opportunities for him today. Last couple of games having to take a step back with the additions, but there's a great opening today for Akoy Uat.
Ant Nelson to the rim, and finger roll for Anthony Ant Nelson. G-League experience, former Seton Hall Pirate. Akoy again, and Akoy Uat. He might see a lot of basketball in this game with some of the weapons missing. Horton again, behind the back, bounces it underneath, and Khalil whistled for the foul on Quincy Guerrier, one of his first touches in the ballgame, and Quince is going to shoot.
First thing I noticed out the gate over these opening minutes, Lou Williams, who's about to go to the line. We'll take a look at Nelson's bucket, but again, have a look right here. Nelson, again, look, drive to the rim, a little bit of a bounce off, finger roll on Khalil Miller, finishes. Lou Williams is playing amazing defense right now on Cat Barber, forcing him to pass the ball, getting his hand in there, being disruptive early on. That's really what we're kind of seeing early on in this game, not allowing Cat Barber, who's searching for some momentum, searching for himself, not allowing him to find a groove. Amazing defense from Lou Williams. We'll see if this continues throughout the first quarter.
Quincy Guerrier, only a 42% free throw shooter, and showed that time. Missed both ends. 6-2 Montreal. Trey Thomas is going to check in for the Shooting Stars in a moment. Khalil Miller. Cat Barber. Yo-yos the baseline. Cat lets it fly. No. Struggling from the field so far as he returned back to the Shooting Stars lineup, Cat Barber.
Cat Barber putting up shots, trying to see if he can get something to go down, really trying to find that groove early. They're going to need him today.
Keyshawn Barthelemy checks in for the Alliance. Montreal native. Koa Uat. Uat puts it on the deck, has it stolen, almost stolen. Got it back, Trey Thomas. Trey bursts in. Miller underneath, easy bunny for him as he cleans it up off the glass and pulls the Shooting Stars within 2.
And that's the reason why Khalil Miller earned the start today. Again, a huge threat down low, able to come down with the rebound, second chance opportunities.
Thrown away by the Alliance, and it will be Montreal basketball. Here comes Frank.
Here we go.
Frank Mitchell basically been averaging a double-double all season long. Player of the game most of the time. Local guy, played at St. Bonaventure with the Bunnies, and really has been the force. It's been Miles Powell and Frank Mitchell. For the Shooting Stars this season, Guillaume Boucard, no. Boucard with a miss, the veteran. The Honey Badgers, Niagara won a championship last year. Here's Frank Mitchell, soft hands, big body, hustle, muscle. Baby hook doesn't go.
Throwback player, look at that, slows the game down, shoulder to the basket, gets a little physical right out the gate, first touch.
Belame sends it back down low. Here's a load right there working on Mitchell. Nate Chimanga lost that battle.
Frank Mitchell already a presence down low in this game.
Cat floats it inside, and Cat Barber still 0-4 from the field. Alley-oop, no.
Oh,
now numbers, Shooting Stars. Thomas Mitchell, reverse, and it goes, and Frank Mitchell ties the game at 6.
Frank Mitchell with the reverse right out the gate? I didn't know he has those.
Oh, he's got that. We talked about him, the comps for Frank Mitchell. There are a few comps. Think about the way Big Baby Davis used to play, but Frank's got better hands than he did. He's kind of a Charles Barkley throwback. And that's saying something if you're compared to Barkley, certainly in size, but also those soft hands and rebounding ability. And that one came right off the glass and right to the Alliance, who score quickly there. And it's Chimanga who puts the Alliance up by 2.
Chimanga with the...
Oh, look at that feed, that dime from Frank Mitchell. Lasers it into Akoy Uat.
Love to see that. You see the versatility of Frank Mitchell's game, able to pass the ball, and Akoy Uat, his speed right off the back line. You can't touch him.
Akoy Uat from Calgary, Alberta. Came from the Southern Alberta Institute of Technology, and Akoy also been an X factor this season on the glass. He's had a couple of monster games. Here's Kellen Tynes, the Maritimer. Here's Akoy with a 3-ball. No, a little too long. Ripped down by Barthelemy.
Kellen Tynes now in the game. Let's see the defense he brings to the table.
Tynes is an extinguisher. He's a suffocator. You go to the locker room after and have a shower, and Kellen Tynes pops out of your jersey. He's a shadow on players all game long. And he and Trey Thomas have formed this dynamic backcourt when they're out there together.
Yeah, and listen, both of them, again, so suffocating on defense.
Timeout on the floor. We've got a tie ball game on Canada Day. We've seen inside, outside, and, of course, we've seen Frank the Tank on Canada Day. Why? He's Canadian.
Welcome back to the ends where it's an 8-8 tie midway through the first quarter. We're talking about Cap Barber. He has never been held under 10 points in 3 consecutive games until this season. I caught up with Cap before the game. He says it's all about rhythm. He hadn't had any practices with the team, and now he does. So he's hoping that the rhythm shows up here on Canada Day. Right now, 0 for 3 in this game. But once he slows things down and gets into the flow of the game, he expects himself to step it up another few notches here this afternoon, Rod.
Yeah, one of the things Cat is going to have to concentrate on as well is getting to the basket. He's so good at knifing there and then getting to the line where he struggled from the free throw line the last couple of seasons. David Mooncat is into the game, back with the Scarborough Shooting Stars, was part of the championship run. He's been with Brampton, Winnipeg the last couple of years. Here's Frank. The leaner doesn't go, kind of a shot put that time, but watch number 55. This guy plays in the clouds. There he is down low defensively. Muinkat. Shimanga loses it. And the three-point gunner for the Alliance, Trent Johnson, into the game. Misses his first attempt beyond the arc. Mitchell, spin move down low. Working on Shimanga. Back underneath, try to shovel it off. No. Here come the Alliance again. Johnson. Muinkat got a hand on the basketball, and the Alliance will inbound.
David Moycat, first game with Scarborough since the championship season, and he brings so much to the table in terms of just the athleticism. Really, when you look at the lineup right now that Scarborough has on the floor, Rod, it's a great defensive lineup. You have Moycat and Mitchell, 2 great rim protectors. Moycat also a great wing defender, and then Tynes and Thomas, who again are just great on-ball defenders. I love this athletic defensive lineup that they're running right now. Koi Yuat, such an amazing athlete, can always get up there with the best of them. Love to see what this lineup's about to bring to the table.
9-8 game. Thomas. Trey lives up to his name. He shoots that 3 ball to Trey. Here's a 3 ball from the near side. No threes yet in this ball game. Maybe soon, though. These teams can light it up beyond the arc. Barthélemy lets it fly, and no, a little too long. Shimanga bringing it down. Back out again. Twice. Long distance, not so good today. Both teams warming up behind the circle on this 4 o'clock Eastern start on Canada Day, wherever you're watching. Happy Canada Day on our 159th birthday of this great country. And nice pass inside, but that is picked off again.
And you can see this team's trying to find their chemistry.
Bellamy in the tap back, and you can do that here. FIBA rules, that ball is live off the rim. Tynes puts it up. Oh, baby! Rim rocker Frank Mitchell brings the house down on the alley-oop.
Transition, you love to see it. Right off the points right there, right off the putback, Kellen Tynes says, no, we're not going to stop. We're going to move in transition, keep the pace up. And Frank Mitchell read it loud and clear. He understood the mission, went up, and finished on that alley. Showtime from the Scarborough Shooting Stars.
Alliance up 1. Shooting Stars have not led in the ball game. Here's Johnson. Trent. Got it! Splashes that down. Trent Johnson from Cambridge, Ontario. Played at Houston Christian University down south.
Good response.
One of the top 3-point shooters on the E3 watch list in the United States. Thomas had that block, swatted, got it back, swatted again by Johnson. Akoy Yuat stepped on the line, it looked like. But there is a foul, and it came against Johnson. Let's take a look at this alley-oop. Frankly, outstanding.
Right off the inbounds, Kellen Tynes finds Frank Mitchell. Frank Mitchell understands the assignment, coast to coast, full court, and Kellen Tynes find him. Beautiful dish from Kellen Tynes.
This Eastern Conference game presented by Lotto Max today. Game 1 of a doubleheader. Battle of Alberta played out later today. Pan Am Center. People coming inside today. Slow to get here today, I would imagine, just because of the heat. It's the hottest day of the summer.
It's hot.
Almost with humidity, and there's Tynes. There was a whistle beforehand, and it will count. He'll go and he'll shoot for a 3-point play as Tynes goes there, but it's over 40 degrees Celsius outside with the humidity, so we're glad we got the air conditioning on inside today.
And let's take a look at this. Callentine's off the inbounds. Nice hop step. Brings the ball over, goes up, finishes with the contact. Look at that. He gives a little gun right after there. Bang, bang.
We got a little bang, bang Maritimes today, too, with Callentine's from Dartmouth. And just across the bridge, we've got Ben Stevens as well from Montreal, who is from Halifax. Maritimes, hotbed for basketball right through Atlantic Canada. And, of course, David Muenkat, who played at St. FX. Tyrell Vernon, who coaches the X-Men program. Taken so many steps forward over the last decade. 13-12's the score here. Minute 30 to go, first quarter. Fast-moving first quarter. Look at this. Ant Nelson. Horton lets it fly, and a three-pointer from I.T. Horton.
And love how Nelson was able to just drive in, suck in the defense, dish it out to Nelson, and of course he's able to hit that three.
Just over a minute to play. Thomas. And he's going to make it another three-point play if he knocks this down.
With the contact, Thomas's finishes on that jump shot.
Well, do it the old-fashioned way.
Let's take a look at this. Tynes to Thomas. Thomas drives to his right, puts up a shot. Nelson gets that contact right there and finishes.
Trey Thomas to the line. He operates about 79% from the free throw line. Makes it a three-point play. And again, Shooting Stars have been close all first quarter, just have not been able to take the lead. We'll see what happens in the final minute here of this opening frame. Ant Nelson. Nelson swiping away the defense from Walker. Walker, number 6. Takes it away from the other number 6 and gave it right back to Montreal. Three-pointer for Ant Nelson, knocking it down with that sweet southpaw stroke.
And he gave a little bit of a Jalen Brunson celly after the finish right there, but Ant Nelson off the turnover, puts it up, gets it done, and finishes on that three.
4-point lead. Final 30 seconds. Frank. Little waggle there. Walker, three-pointer, looked like he walked. Walker walked. Traveling call. And so now with 26.5 to go, Alliance can set up for the final shot of the first quarter. You can follow us on CEBL on all social platforms. Stay up to date on stats, storylines, and more. All 10 teams. Canada's Pro Basketball League on Canada Day. Fireworks maybe in here today. Close ball game. Real differential of 1 second shot to game clock. If the Shooting Stars can get a steal here, they might be able to set up for last shot of the quarter. Bellamy works it with Ant Nelson. Gets the screen from Asawe. Asawe puts it on the floor. Back out. Ant. Pump fake. Behind the back. Here's Nope. And it's going the other way.
That was amazing defense from Scarborough in that possession. Amazing defense, forcing Montreal to move the ball, not get a shot off.
1.4. Oh, there you go, almost. But the Shooting Stars trailed early and never were able to take the lead here in the first quarter. The Alliance, Deshaun, 19-15, team desperate for more wins.
Yeah, if you're the Montreal Alliance, this is the start that you want. Of course, some turnovers, some mysteries, but this is what you want. You want to have Scarborough on their heels. You want to have them uncomfortable early in the first quarter.
Frank Mitchell, the force is always. Trey chipping in. 19-15 Montreal on Canada Day. Toronto's own Frank and Stein. Frank Mitchell, he's been a beast.
Oh, Frank Mitchell, listen, he's having a great game. And, you know, there's endless highlights for Frank Mitchell. Of course, you see the Showtime dunk right here from Kellen Tynes, and he started the day with 4 points. But a big part of Frank Mitchell's game is what he also does off ball. It's the screens that he sets. It's the presence that he has in the paint. It's the dominance down low on defense, the rebounds. What makes Frank Mitchell so special is what he does with the ball not in his hands. He's just as dangerous without the ball in his hands as he is with the ball in his hands, and that's why he's had such a big impact early on in this game, and that's why he's a Canadian Player of the Year candidate.
Well, lots to talk about on Canada Day. Oh, look at this alley-oop. Oh, and couldn't put it away. It was Guerrier on the alley-oop. So now the Shooting Stars as we begin the second quarter with Muenkat knifing in, slashes in, finger roll from David Muenkat, his first bucket since he returns to Scarborough.
There you go, David Muenkat. You see the speed right there. Just look like he was kind of gliding on the floor. His speed, slashes in, puts up a floater, puts it down. Nice way to get your first points if you're number 55.
I.T. Horton. Oh, nice pass. Oh, and the lob, and Mitchell misses on the lay-in, but what a pass that was. 19-17 score. And no. Rebound, Muenkat. High flyer, David Muenkat. 55, brings it back. Guy who's played overseas as well, and again was playing with U Sport for Terrell and St. Francis. Stolen that time. Mitchell was double-teamed, almost triple-teamed. Nelson leading the charge. Over to Horton. IT. That looked good from here, but a little too strong. Tynes. Muenkat launches three. No.
And now you see David Muenkat starting to get a little bit more comfortable. Obviously, he's only hit one shot, but he's taking more shots now. You see he's getting comfortable. He's getting the flow, trying to put shots down. Eventually, you want number 55 to find that flow.
Hasn't been a shooting exhibition from beyond the arc. Shooting Stars have not hit a three-pointer yet, 0 for 7.
And it's very reminiscent of some of what we've seen from Scarborough this season. They've had their three-point struggles early on in a lot of games, and we've seen them eventually find their struggle in the third and fourth quarter. Let's see if that'll eventually happen, or if they might find that stride in the second quarter.
Muenkat, little Euro step, spin underneath. Frank goes right up, baby hook, no! Frank Mitchell a little bit off early on as he draws traffic in the land of the big trees underneath.
He's getting physical. He's going through his footwork. He's doing all the right things. It's just not going down.
Shooting Stars undefeated at home this season, 11-2. Long three-pointer from Asawe that was way off. And this is sort of a different game for the Shooting Stars. They're usually very dominant early on here at home. And again, maybe with a different starting lineup, some different players in here trying to acclimatize themselves to the floor, to the team, and just been a slow, sluggish start for the Shooting Stars here today.
I mean, Rod, it's so true. I mean, think about how many players for Scarborough need to find their groove today.
Oh, get it out of here, says Frank Mitchell.
What's that line that we've heard so famously so many times?
Get that garbage out of here!
I can't imitate it. I think you can do it better than me, so that's how you say it.
Rack it up, Danny. Rack it up, Danny G.
Let's see it. Let's see it. Quincy Guerrier thinks he's going to go up. Frank Mitchell says, get that garbage out of here.
Jack would love that.
That's my version right there.
It is a timeout on the floor. 19-17 game. Happy Canada Day, everybody. We'll be back with more maple syrup poutine and basketball.
It's Canada Day, and the offensive glass has become Canadian territory in the CEBL this season. 9 of the league's top 10 offensive rebounders, Canadian, led by Scarborough's Frank Mitchell, who already has 59. Well, make that 60 after today. That last one sees him pass Khalif Young for the franchise record in a single regular season. Brampton's Matthew Moncrief with 36. Right behind him, Tyrese Samuel with 35. And Saskatoon's Jaden Bediako, 34, with 4 fewer games played than those above him. Montreal has its own presence on the list. Quincy Guerrier sits 6th with 30 and counting. So in a league built to showcase Canadian talent, today's story is more about scoring and the Canadian Bigs creating second chances all across the country, Rod.
Yeah, we're big in Canada. We're big everywhere. Canadian golden era basketball. Bukar had it stolen. Whoa, look at that.
What a steal.
Quick like a cat.
The athleticism.
Koi Yuat, speaking of cats, Cat Barber is back, and there was a whistle. It looked like a foul away from the ball. Oh, no, they're just, it looks like a mop up here. So the floor was wet, so they're, Jermaine Small in front of us. Love bumping into him. One of the great coaches. Speaking of legends.
Absolutely.
In this game, a guy who's won the CEBL championship. Jermaine's such a dedicated basketball coach through the years for the Alliance.
And the great work he did at Edmonton.
Edmonton was unbelievable. And there's Jermaine. Trying to get these members of the Alliance going. A team that's right in it in the East. Just make the playoffs now. And there's no championship weekend. You get to the playoffs and you carry through this year. Bukar bumping underneath and gave it right to Shimanga. Nate Shimanga floats it in for 2. And again, the Alliance extend the lead to 4. Anthony Walker, the former member of the Alliance. Last year, midway point, he played for Montreal. And Cat has come back. And he'll go to the line. And we're going to have to watch Cat Barber here at the line. See if he's doing anything different. Everybody loves Cat Barber, the way he plays, the way he attacks, the way he leads. Watch this.
Look, such a Cat Barber play. Has the ball, drives, puts that ball up. 2 defenders right there with some contact, but finishes and 1.
He has missed 7 straight free throws this season. It's been a struggle. Let's see if he can get his legs into it. Cal Tire, proud partner and tire expert of the CEBL. Shop top tire brands. Have peace of mind with Cal Tire's price match guarantee. Shop and book at caltire.com. I'll tell you what, Cat's tired of missing free throws. And you look at the form, it looks fine.
Yep.
But right now, he's got the yips.
Yeah.
There is no doubt he has the yips, and it's in his kitchen, in his barber shop, you might say, right now. So Cat, I think the best way for him, keep going to the line, get through it, because they're going to finally start dropping. It looks good from here.
It looks good. It's what we've seen, and you see the and 1 right there. Trey Thompson go to the line, but it looks good. I mean, it's not anything we've seen from Cat Barber before. It's just unfortunate it's just not going down, right? But you got to keep driving. You got to keep going to the line. You got to keep putting up those free throws, and eventually he's going to find his groove. That's 8 straight missed free throws. And right now, this is not the Cat Barber that we're used to seeing, but you got to hope that sometime soon he'll unlock that all CEBL caliber play.
Yeah, JJ mentioned it earlier, and he's still rounding into form. And this is a guy, by the way, Cat Barber, who is a fan favorite here. He's become a fan favorite throughout the land in the CEBL. Great with the kids, great with his fan base. Everybody loves the way he plays. Here's a guy who once scored 24 straight points.
Yep.
It's a record. I don't know if that record's ever going to be beat.
I don't think
that is a crazy record.
I don't think that'll ever be broken.
Williams knocking that down.
Looked clean release from here. Smooth release, drops down, no nets.
Sweet Lou. Williams. And another steal. Turnovers are costly here. Bukar takes it to the rack, the scoop and the score.
And that's the 10th straight Montreal point that has come off of turnovers in this game. Almost a third of their points are off turnovers from Scarborough.
Shooting Stars so good at usually protecting the basketball. And again, different players in the lineup today and a moving screen, but it was against defense. It looks like it's Ant Nelson, 55, who's whistled with the infraction. But the biggest lead of the game right now for Jermaine Small's Alliance, 7 points.
And for this Scarborough team, they're still trying to find their rhythm, right? They're still in this game. We've seen Scarborough come back from much, much deeper deficits before, so this 7-point deficit is nothing for this Scarborough Shooting Stars team. But right now, it's all about finding their groove, finding that chemistry, and just finding a hot hand.
You're forcing passes as well. Cat's going to shoot again. And you hate to lament it. It's almost like the announcer curse.
Yeah.
But you almost want to make it. You know how the announcer curse works? You go,
Yep.
oh, that guy's 98% from the line, then he misses.
Yep.
It's a reverse curse for Cat right now because he's been missing so much. And, again, it's in his head. So let's hope that Cat Barber can get this started. New Era, the exclusive game uniform partner of the CEBL. All 10 of his teams coast to coast. Pick up your official replica jerseys. Visit CEBL.ca. Fingers crossed for Cat Barber. It is unbelievable.
Wow.
I don't know if I've ever seen anything. And they're on the rim.
Yep.
And sometimes it's the legs. That's now 9.
It's 9.
That's 10. And not even Shaquille O'Neal, I believe, during his most lamentable, worst free throw shooting displays. And by the way, Cat Barber is an unbelievable shooter. I just don't get it. It is absolutely baffling.
And now, if you're Montreal,
You want to go up there and give the guy a hug.
You do. you really do. You really do, right? You feel for him because you know he's not that type of caliber player. You know that's not characteristic of him, right? And
I'm sure there are shooting coaches. I know my buddy Leo Routen's probably watching right now. He's an incredible shooting coach. I think of Chip England, who's one of the great shooting gurus. I'm sure they might spot something. I'm wondering if Cat might even go to underhand at some point because 10 in a row is unbelievable. Back come the Alliance, leading by 7. Nice bounce pass. Boucard underneath, and Guillaume, 36-year-old veteran, has played in France, a champion last year with Niagara. Biggest lead of the game is 9 here for the Montreal Alliance. Cat.
Great on-ball defense. Now Frank Mitchell.
Mitchell, look at barging through, crashes, and he's going to go to the line and shoot. And Frank Mitchell, if there is one drawback to his game, again, Mr. Double-Double, leading the CEBL in rebounds as well. He also is only a 65% shooter from the line. This was a problem for the Shooting Stars last year from the free throw line.
It was.
As a team at one point, we're shooting 56%.
And this is where it gets a little bit odd because, again, this is a team at the beginning of the season. They weren't really struggling with free throw shooting. They were shooting around that 70% range. A little bit of issues in target time when it comes to free throws, but for the most part, this is a team that was in the 70% percentile. So, again, now seeing that kind of scale back, seeing Cat Barber have this little bit of a streak, it's a little bit uncharacteristic of this team. So you got to wonder, are they all right? Here you go.
Again.
Another miss.
They call them free throws. They're expensive.
Yeah, 100%.
They're expensive, and they can cost you games. And everybody says, you look at like 6- and 7-year-olds who can hit like 20 in a row. You're not playing in a game where your heart's beating, sweating, pressure's on. Again, we'll watch Cat Barber through the rest of the game, and we'll watch the free throws if they can start falling for the Shooting Stars. It's, again, the best record in the CBL. It's one of their hiccups that they've had this season. Not perfect. And Johnson's going to shoot.
Well, Rod, a big thing here is if Scarborough has hit all their free throws today so far,
they're leading.
They would be leading in this game. And that's the difference right there. That is the difference.
So Johnson, 24-year-old on August the 8th, birthday coming up. Cambridge, Ontario, from the KW area. Lotto Max now gives you even more chances to win with new prizes of $100,000 every draw. Get your Lotto Max ticket today. Must be 18 plus. Trent nails that one. Played at Houston Christian University with the Huskies, also at Idaho State and JUCO with Midland College. Always a great three-point gunner. Jay Scrub. Cat gets the rebound. 3.5 minutes to go before halftime. 10-point deficit for the hometown Shooting Stars. And now Cat Barber.
Go.
And I love what Cat's doing. Keep going to the rack. Keep going to the rim. The free throw stuff is going to work itself out. He's been playing basketball since he's been a young boy.
And look at this, Giombo Card all over him. Cat drives. Giombo Card's hand is in there. Cat with a little bit of a hook, puts up that floater, and it's an and one. He finishes. He's going to go to the line. And I know you mentioned earlier you suggest he go underhand. I think you'd have to have a conversation with Kyler Falowich over at Winnipeg if he's going to try that one out.
I don't know if he'd do that.
Yeah.
I'd say, is he on his heels? Is he on his toes? It could be something so subtle. Wow. It's unbelievable. Like, they're not egregious misses.
Yeah.
They're just getting in the rim and not going in.
Wow, that's his 11th.
Unfriendly free throws. And 0-4 now for Cat on this season, which is absolutely unthinkable at this level. And I know, I can tell you one thing. This guy is a relentless, ferocious worker. I know at practices, I guarantee you, he's spent hours. And I guarantee you, they're falling in practice.
Yeah.
But for some reason, right now, and the best way to get through it, get through it.
Keep going. Keep going to the line. And let's not remiss right there. Frank Mitchell off Cat Barber's miss had the rebound and the putback right there to make that essentially a 4-point play. But, yeah, Cat Barber has to get it going from the three-point line because those opportunities are going to continue coming as the game gets deeper.
And Nelson, nice dribble in there. Johnson, head fake, pump fake, back down. Shimanga, double team. Cat was there. Bounce pass underneath.
Amazing defense from Scarborough.
That's how they're going to get back in this thing. Moo and Cat going coast to coast, and he's fouled. Jermaine Small wants a timeout for the Alliance.
Wincat was a little bit too fast for himself on that possession.
2:51 to go before halftime. Shooting Stars trying to piece this one together, Deshaun.
Yeah, you know, and listen, despite the lack of chemistry, despite the lack of consistency, despite the free throw woes, they're only down by 6, Rod. They're only down by 6. They're right there. This is a 3-possession game, so I'm sure Terrell Vernon's saying, listen, we've been through this before. Let's find our groove and get back into this game. No need to hit the red button right now.
Stay with us at the half. CEBL will, J.J. Heavenson will interview Montreal Alliance head coach legend Jermaine Small. First half stats, Deshaun's players to watch, and we'll talk about Canada's game. What an era for Canadian basketball. You know, we're celebrating the 159th birthday, 24 years after Canada became a country. Something significant happened. In 1891, Springfield, Massachusetts, in a YMCA, a Canadian named James Naismith put up some peach baskets. Didn't cut them out at the time. And invented the game of basketball. Our contributions to the game are endless, of course. But Naismith was a Canadian. It took us a while to have this era of basketball we're in now, and the great Canadian shirts and with pride. I remember when I first started calling NBA games, there were only a couple of NBAers with Canadian roots. Rick Fox, Todd McCulloch. Then Steve Nash started to open the door. More Canadians started to come. We are living in an unbelievable era for Canadian basketball.
Yeah, I can't even top anything you just said, Rod. I think the growth of the game in this country is it goes without being said. You see it every day, whether it be at a league level, whether
boys,
it be at
girls.
Level. Yeah, on both ends, right? At an international level. And I think the game now is at a point now where we have so much to be proud of across the board. It's amazing to see. So the growth of basketball in this country is just, it's been amazing to see, specifically over the last 10, 15, 20 years, and it's going to keep on going.
Again, more free throws missed. The Shooting Stars today are 4 of 12 from the line. Cat is 0 for 4, 0 for his last 11. But here's the other one, too, about basketball in Canada. You know, the Olympics, we have the best player in the world right now in SGA, the most improved player in the NBA, and NAW, and Nikhil Alexander-Walker last year. Canadians everywhere playing, WNBA as well. And we got the World Cup qualifier going on in Hamilton. If you're get out to TD Coliseum and get a chance to see these great players who are representing our country in countries around the world.
Absolutely, absolutely.
2 minutes plus to go. 34-26. Moo and Cat. Crossover. Slashes inside. Frank Mitchell tries to get the rebound, and right now, Alliance are just outperforming and out-hustling and out-defending the Shooting Stars here.
And if you look at Scarborough's body language, you can see some players are getting a little bit frustrated. David Moincat, specifically on that last possession. Cat Barber, the frustration is setting in.
Moo and Cat. Back out. Scrub still hasn't scored today. Jay Scrub, a NBA pedigree as well. He's been in the NBA before. And Nelson is fouled by David Muenkat.
You know, Scarborough's getting good looks. Driving to the rim, in great position, getting up some good shots, some good floaters, good layups. They're drawing contact, might not be getting every single call. They're going to the line. Some things just aren't falling, whether it be in live actual scrimmage or whether it be at the free throw line. The shots just aren't falling for the Scarborough Shooting Stars today. Despite that, again, only down 8. They are still alive. The panic button does not need to be pushed yet, but you got to believe Terrell Vernon's going to make some big adjustments at halftime.
And Deshaun, as we know, this team, they are buoyed by this crowd. Crowd's quiet today. I think everybody's still melting from being outside. They're starting to cool down a little bit. But once this crowd gets into it, this team is dominant. But again, it's just a different looking team today. Nice play on the curl inside and the bounce pass into Williams from Nelson. And there's a foul on the floor. So they'll inbound again here with 1:49 to go before halftime. A day to celebrate our country, Canada, and a day to celebrate Canada basketball coming up at halftime. Shimanga works on Miller. And again, another foul. It's Trey Thomas who was working on Williams. This time he's going to go to the line as they're now in the bonus. 15 foul here in the first half. Lou Williams to the line, will shoot 2. Rattles that one in, and Shooting Stars would like one of those to fall for them. Good free throw shooter, 86%.
You know, when I look at Scarborough, and I think the big thing for them in the second half is going to be, it's obvious. It's limiting the turnovers, stop turning the ball over, and I think it's converting at the line. You have to convert at the line.
Thomas is sandwich squeezed. He's going to go and shoot.
Here we go. Thomas is going to go to the line.
And the way to come back into games as well, Deshaun, normally it happens in the second half, but it's create fouls.
Absolutely.
Stop the clock, create fouls, and it's one of the ways they've been able to stay closer. They're getting them on field goals. They're just not scoring from the free throw line. Now, Trey Thomas, he's a 79% free throw shooter, so again, the Shooting Stars trying to get out of this absolutely dreadful funk from the charity stripe, which has been uncharitable.
There you go. Trey Thomas 3 for 3 from the line today, so he's been the one piece of light for Scarborough when it comes to free throw shooting.
It always sounds so simple. Sounds so simple, and another miss. He got it back, though, and knocked out of bounds into the front row. It should be Scarborough ball. It is with 91 seconds to go before halftime.
And if you're Scarborough, listen, you just want to get to halftime at this point. You want to get to halftime, no more turnovers. Let's get there cleanly, get up a couple shots, put some points on the board before half, but you want to get there mistake-free. You don't want to go into halftime with any more woes or any less momentum than you have right now.
What a feed from Cat Barber. Dime inside for Khalil Miller, had it swatted away, and a foul again. A lot of whistles in the first half, a lot of fouls, a lot of reaching fouls. Third personal already for Osawe. So that could be trouble for the Alliance.
And that's big because you essentially have 2 more quarters left. I mean, 3 more quarters if you count target time alone.
Khalil Miller's first trip to the line this season makes it. That's what maybe what we needed to see happen. Khalil's first 2 trips, he goes, what's wrong with the rest of you? Look at, I can knock these down. 6-point game.
Lead by example, lead by example.
Khalil, what a monster game he had in the playoffs for the Shooting Stars last year. And didn't start the season with the team, came back from his pro obligations. And the Canadian players, such a key component to this league. The most important part of this league are the Canadian players getting a chance to play with these players who have had experience around the world and in the NBA. Here's a steal by Cat, goes behind his back, and he's fouled. LaFave fouled him on the reach-in, but Cat Barber lived up to his cat-like reflexes. Now,
and you can see he was about to be gone. He was about to be gone on that steal.
So they're in the bonus as well, and now Cat, I'm sure Terrell's, saw Terrell look over at him, and
It's the elephant in the room now.
It ain't an elephant.
But we all know. We all see it and we all
This
dress
is
it.
a Tyrannosaurus Rex that is 0 for 11. And it's unbelievable. And I'm telling you, once he makes it, it's almost like it's not straight on. It's to the side a little bit. Let's hold this shot if we can, DG.
I like this.
Let's take a see where it's going. It almost looks like it's going to the side. It does.
Wow.
So it's not straight on, and that's the issue it might be.
Wow.
0 for 12 to start the season. 0 for 5 today. This one, let's watch again here. Just looks like it's to the left a little bit, and that might be something he just has to correct. I'm going to tell you, at halftime, I guarantee he'll be the first player out taking free throws.
Yeah, as he should be, as he should.
Like, look at the numbers today. 6 for 15. Had, another 8, and Shooting Stars are leading this ball game because of free throws. Something that's really controllable. But yeah, there's something that the best thing for Cat, though, that it looks like it's more physical than perhaps mental. It's just coming to the side. Let's take a look again here. Watch the left side. That one looks straighter. That's the end. Cat Barber just removed a rhinoceros off his shoulders. Finally, the reverse curse.
And Guillaume Boucard comes down with the layup to kind of just, again, respond to that. Great moment for Scarborough.
Well, good for Cat Barber. Hated to see him go through that. Great player, good dude, and stepping back, letting it fly. That one way off, though, and touchdown pass right back in the hands of Thomas. Thomas, now here's another 3 ball. That is the bank shot. The bank is open on Canada Day.
And you know what? That entire sequence started with Khalid Miller, hands up, deflection, and it gets into Tynes' hands for the 3.
Took them almost 20 minutes to get their first 3. Tynes does it off the glass.
Just a 4-point game.
4-point game, low score. Guerrier, nice pass to Johnson. In tap back again. 11 seconds to go. Last shot to the Shooting Stars. Trey Thomas. They take it himself. Stepping back. No. The buzzer sounds, and wacky first half on Canada Day. Kind of un-Canadian. Well, a few times we'd say we're sorry a couple of times. 37-33. Cat Barber gets off the schneid. I don't even know what to expect in the second half. What do you think, Deshaun?
So much struggle for Scarborough in that first half, and despite it all, only down by 4 points. If I'm the Montreal Alliance, I'm scared because it seemed like you had an amazing first half. It seemed like everything went wrong for Scarborough, and despite that, this is still just a 2-possession game. Scarborough's going to have to make some changes at halftime. They're going to need to find some confidence, find some rhythm, maybe make some changes to that lineup, but they're right there. This is anyone's ball game.
First time they've trailed at the half all season long here in Scarborough. Here's J.J. Evison with the Ant-Man.
Thanks, guys. Ant, this team trusts each other. The depth scoring over this last win streak has been incredible. What's propelling that?
Just everybody being confident and, just us being with each other on the road. Like, Coach calls the road games team bonding time, so we've been on the road just bonding and just sticking together.
You're the first team to hold Scarborough to 33 points and a half this season. What's working well defensively?
We're just playing hard, scrapping out, and, just trying to be gritty on the defensive end.
Appreciate the time. Best of luck in the second half.
Thank you.
Rod, back to you.
All right, 37-33 thanks to Ant Nelson. The Alliance trying to make it 4 straight wins, and they played disciplined, hard-nosed basketball in that first half. When we come back, we'll take a look at Canada's game on Canada Day. Canadian players looking to step up. We'll watch Frank Mitchell and the rest when we come back. It's halftime on CEBL Plus, CBC Gem, and YouTube on Canada Day.
In Canada, the game doesn't sit far away. It's not behind glass, it's not out of reach, it's right here. From coast to coast, basketball lives in our neighborhoods. In the parks where it starts, in the gyms where it grows, in the cities where it becomes something more. This is the CEBL, Canada's pro basketball league, where elite talent leads the way, fueling and inspiring the next generation of hoopers in the North. This is pro basketball, up close, where fans aren't distant. They fuel this game. They're connected. They're a part of it. Where players aren't just names on a roster. They're from here, raised here, playing for their communities. From the east to the west, the game moves with the country.
It's a dream come true. Never thought we'd have pro basketball here, and here we have it.
Not one city, not one style, but one league, built for Canadian basketball culture.
You gotta love it, Canadian hoops.
Because in the CEBL, it's never just about the scoreboard. It's about opportunity. It's about access. It's about showing the next generation what's possible right now, right here.
When I was younger, I didn't really have any role models to look up to in Saskatoon, so it's always great to be able to be a role model for the younger generation.
And on Canada Day, we don't just celebrate where we're from, we celebrate what we've built. A league that reflects our communities, our pace, our pride, our game. This is Canada's game. And this is the CEBL, Canada's Pro Basketball League.
Blistering hot day outside, the temperature rising inside here in the ends. And we'll see what happens in the ends of this ball game today as we get closer to target score time. 37-33, visiting Montreal over the hometown Scarborough Shooting Stars on Canada Day 2026. And rocking the Canada here. You don't. I feel bad. You're gonna hear.
I got it.
There it is. I'm proud of you to be a Canadian today, too.
Come on now.
We live in the greatest country, don't we? So lucky.
I agree. We look good for 159 years old.
We look, well, I'm just slightly less than 159. But this coat is, I don't know. It makes a nice shower curtain somewhere. Anyway,
I'm jealous. I'm saying I might get that after this game. I might get one of them.
we're going to talk about a Canadian player on the floor in a moment, but let's talk about one of the Americans, and Ant Nelson, and what he's done for the Alliance. He's really led the way along with Trent Johnson, but it seems as Ant goes, so go the Alliance.
Yeah, absolutely. And listen, Ant Johnson has 7 points right now, which is big for Montreal right now. I think he's one of their leading scorers, but I think what's big for him is also what he's been doing off ball defensively. He's hit his threes. He's 2 for 3 from the field. 4 assists right now. He's doing great. But listen, the defense right now, the turnovers, what they're doing in transition right now, Nelson's at the epitome of that right now in terms of just leading that charge and I think helping Montreal stay ahead.
Would be a different game if Miles Powell, who's been suspended for 1 game after an altercation with the referee the other day, the last time the Shooting Stars lost, Miles Powell didn't play there, and they miss him today, but they do have their main guy. Speaking of Canadians, and Frank Mitchell, he's already close to a double-double.
Yeah, Frank Mitchell, he's their main guy right now, and he's not even a starter, right? But it's about the impact. It's about the presence. Right now, he has 7 points. He's flirting with a double-double right now in terms of 8 rebounds as well. And he's being a presence down low, a rim protector. He's doing a little bit of passing, a little bit of screens. Off-ball, Frank Mitchell is a force to be reckoned with, and that's why he's seen as a Canadian Player of the Year candidate in this league.
Well, the Scarborough Shooting Stars are not living up to their mantra, their nickname of being shooting stars today, because they're not shooting well from the field. 1 of 10 beyond the arc, and frankly awful from the free throw line today. So those are improvements I'm sure Terrell Vernon's going to talk about at halftime.
Yeah, the free throws are everything right now. I think we mentioned it so many times. If Scarborough had hit at least 50% of the free throws in which they have been granted so far in this game, they would be leading right now. When it comes to the three-point percentage, 10%, you don't want to see that. This is a much better three-point shooting team considering they have 2 of the top 5 shooters in the league from deep. Of course, Miles Powell's not playing, but they take so much. You got to make them if you're going to take them. You got to hit your free throws. You got to make your threes.
We'll see what happens in the second half. The Shooting Stars have to rally back at home where they're undefeated this season, trying to get to 12-2. Coming up the second half on CEBL Plus, CBC Gym, and YouTube on Canada Day. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for hoops today. It's Canada Day, 37-33, Montreal Alliance, the Battle of Toronto, Montreal, Scarborough Shooting Stars, down by 4. Missed a lot of free throws, missed a number of threes. We'll see what happens here. Deshaun Stevens in the second half.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, for Scarborough, it's all about hitting your shots, hitting your free throws, hitting your threes. They're right there. They're getting the opportunities. They just need to actually convert. So for Scarborough, you know what to do. It's not rocket science. The answer is right there. You just got to actually bring it to fruition.
Missing some key players today. Aaron Sims not in the lineup. Miles Powell, who is not in the lineup today, again being suspended. Charles Bediako with Team Canada. But let's go over to J.J. Evison now. Get the Montreal perspective with their great head coach, Jermaine Small.
Thanks, Coach. Compounding mistakes. What's your message about that?
Just have less of those. I mean, half the game is not beating yourself. And I felt there was a couple times in transition we turned it over and didn't win the loose ball, so we're going to try to clean that up.
12 assists on 14 made field goals. What are some opportunities on the offensive side they're trying to key in on here in the second half?
Yeah, I mean, moving with the ball. I mean, we've got a couple layups off of some cuts, off of playing, big to big. So just keep doing those things, keep it simple.
Appreciate the time. Best of luck in the second half.
I appreciate you.
Rod.
Two-time CEBL Coach of the Year, two-time CEBL champion in Edmonton. Jermaine Small now with the Montreal Alliance in their new ownership group last year. And, of course, GM Joel Anthony, one of the great Canadian ball players. Celebrate Joel, what he has done in his NBA career for Canada basketball. The GM's in the house, and he'll chat with JJ as well. I always like to hear from Joel Anthony, and especially that great brigade of players who have come from Montreal, Quebec. Let's revisit our players to watch in this ball game today. And Frank Mitchell, again, close to a double-double. And Quincy Guerrier has been held off the board. Look at the field goal percentage. He hasn't taken a shot.
Yeah, let's take Frank Mitchell out of the equation because he's delivered. He's flirting with a double-double. He's doing great. Quincy Guerrier needs to come alive in this game. And, for the Montreal Alliance, of course, we said Ad Nelson's been doing great. Lou Williams has been doing great. Quincy Guerrier has not been getting off any shots. 5 rebounds is awesome. He's creating opportunities for his teammates. 0 assists. 0 points. He's had his opportunities. He's gone to the line. He needs to create more shots for himself, but it's also up to his teammates to move that ball around more, run through the offense, and create more shots for Quincy Guerrier.
Give you an idea about Quincy Guerrier. He averages 15.9 per game and 7.4 rebounds a game. That's what Quincy Guerrier, the member of the Raptors 905, does, and he's a longtime member for Team Canada. He's played at the highest levels. NBA caliber player, and so you're going to hear more from number 6 from Montreal. And the Shooting Stars just coming to the floor right now. And now the teams are getting ready to get this second half going. It's time for our Red Tag Path to the Playoffs update. Here's how the standings shape up right now. Shooting Stars, again, undefeated at home, 11-2. Best record. The Alliance could pull an upset here today. Move a little bit closer. As you can see, Brampton and Montreal battling it for second in the East. And out west, it's Vancouver, the Sea Bears, both with 9 wins. And Edmonton and Calgary, Battle of Alberta later today. I'm still a little shocked at seeing that 1-11 beside the Surge.
Yeah, I mean, for the Calgary Surge, this is a team we're talking about that's been in the CBL championship race for the last number of years. But listen, for Scarborough, they're going for a championship. And this is a team right now that clearly is not in championship form yet. Clearly has a lot to figure out before the playoffs come. So this is going to be huge for them. And for Montreal, this could be a potential Eastern Conference Finals matchup right here between these two teams. We're looking at the 1 and 2 teams in the Eastern Conference. Yes, the Montreal Alliance are one game above 500, but they're second place.
Frank Mitchell just sprinted across the floor a little late out of the locker room. You see him joining the huddle. So I'm sure Terrell Vernon talked about all of it. I mean, without being captain obvious, you just got to find a way. And sometimes when your threes aren't falling, I am a big believer. I know people talk volume threes, but if those threes aren't falling, I would rather have a good 2 than a bad 3.
I agree.
And in this ball game where you're only down by 4, why not attack the rim?
I agree, because 2 points are better than no points. It's simple as that. 2 points are better than no points.
So Akoy Uat, starters back on the floor. Trey Thomas, Anthony Walker, Cat Barber, and Khalil Miller. Both teams with their starting 5s back out. Let's see what Cat Barber brings to the floor here in the second half. He got over his drought, and there he goes, right to the rim. That's the Cat Barber we know. And that's the Cat Barber the Scarborough fans love.
That's vintage Cat Barber. Slashes to the rim, finishes with his left hand. Great start to the second half for Cat.
Right out of the locker room, right to the rack. See if the barber shop can start humming now. At Nelson, 7 points in the ball game. Oh, Guerrier, and finally Quincy Guerrier has arrived to the party.
There you go.
With a thundering slam.
And Cat Barber was all over Quincy Guerrier. That's a mismatch. That's a size mismatch. They took that down low, and of course, Quincy Guerrier with an easy slam. Get some points on the board, get some momentum for number 6.
I guarantee you in both locker rooms, Jermaine said, hey, Quincy, get to the rim.
Yep.
And I'm sure Terrell said, Cat, get to the rim.
Yeah.
And that's what they were doing in that first 2 possessions. So again, here they come now. Asawe playing with 3 fouls. Brampton native, played at New Jersey Institute of Technology. And how about that laser beam?
Horton with the 3. Nice, clean, smooth look finishes. Makes it easy.
They won't wait long to get to Frank the Tank. And Trey Thomas draws the foul. He's going to shoot here as Frank Mitchell returns to the game.
And let's get a look at this Quincy Guerrier dunk again. Look at this. Cat Barber is down low. Quincy Guerrier, it's a mismatch. They see it, goes up,
makes
slams
a
it on Walker. There you go. Poster. That's how you want to get on the board. That's how you want to get going. Momentum.
Frank Mitchell, only 30 seconds or so on the bench as he sprinted to the huddle, and he's back in the game. Another miss from the free throw line. And you hate to harp on it, but it has become a huge factor in this ball game. Thomas makes the second. 6-point game again for the Alliance. Quincy's going to run the floor now. Member of the Raptors 905 last year. A lot for Team Canada. Warrior for the Alliance. Ant. It's thought that Ant Nelson should play for the Mad Ants. It'd be perfect. Not quite yet. Gotta happen. Sawe swings it back out. Shot clock's coming down here. To 5, to 4, to 3. Guerrier. Splash down. Boom.
There it is. Shot clock winding down. Quincy Guerrier is posted up at the 3-point line, has a good look, puts it up, and converts. Quincy Guerrier with a quick 5 points to start this half.
Restored the lead to 9. Cat lost it. Slippery ball. Guerrier again. Stolen right back. Thomas waits now. Ua back to Thomas. Cat swinging. Anthony Walker baseline. Walker, and that looked like a charge, but it's going to be a block.
And Lou Williams looked like he had his feet planted.
Yeah. Might have been in the circle. I'm not sure. But how about Quincy Guerrier?
Quincy Guerrier, that's how you want to start.
Ferocious out of the locker room.
Oh, absolutely. Look at that. Looks like Jermaine Smalls. I can't believe it. Had his hands in his head in his hands. I can't believe it. So Quincy Guerrier is finally coming alive. Let's do this.
Anthony Walker, 83% free throw shooter, and again the announcer curse. Eastern Conference regular season game presented by Lotto Max. Shooting Stars below 50% from the free throw line today. That has to be corrected if they have any intention of staying in this ball game. Free throws are going to be so important later in the ball game. Oh, and a nice 3 again. Knocking that down is Horton. Does he not give you a Jamal Murray kind of? Maybe it's the haircut.
It's the look.
It's
yes,
the look.
yeah,
it's
there.
haircut.
It's there. I see the vision. I see it.
Mitchell leaning in. No, and a foul underneath. And it's going against the Shooting Stars. Nothing going right here so far today.
And very quickly, that 4-point deficit that Scarborough entered with in this half has now turned into an 11-point deficit. Montreal, great start to the third quarter. You know, a lot of turnovers, converting in transition, hitting 2 threes, and Quincy Guerrier with a quick 5 points. Montreal's really looking good, wanting to keep their foot on the gas and extend that lead.
Biggest lead in the game. There he is. Jamal Murray look. Boy, look at Horton swinging that and threw it away into the corner for Guillaume Boucard.
And Walker with amazing defense on that. play to force the ball out of Horton's hands, not allow him to drive or even get off a good look. Great defense by Walker.
Anthony Cat Barber. Oh, the reverse, no. And it is going to be a Lions ball.
Oh, Cat Barber so sneaky. Ran the baseline and just got up that layup. No one saw it coming. So quick.
You know, it's almost like golf for Cat right now. It's like the swing is close.
Yeah.
It's just close. He's missing fairways.
It's there. It's there.
It's so close. In so many ways. Again, third all-time leading CEBL scorer. Perennial all-star. Oh, and a slip there. And, oh, that did not look good. That looked like a wet spot on the floor. Tynes probably should have taken that to the rim.
Agreed.
Anthony Walker, no, and we've got an injury on a slip. It actually doesn't look like it's a damp spot from here, but that is an awkward slip. And quickly going, it looked like the knee just buckled. Jermaine Small is going to come over and take a look at that. Fortunately, there's some mobility right now on that, but.
And you hate to see it. But you love to see him get up.
Yeah, especially when the guy who's their leading scorer, their guy. It looks like Ant's okay, but Ant went for a tumble. So because of the injury and a loose ball on the floor, it'll be a side out. Thanks to Chris Buccello for clarifying that for us. But here's the thing today, Deshaun, and they do a great job here at Pan Am Center with the mops and cleaning everything up. And there is a timeout on the floor right now. But it's the humidity outside. Yeah. It's so hot. I'm sure everything around here is just sweating.
Yeah.
Like including us, man. This is a Old Spice day.
It is.
You actually smell pretty good today.
Hey, man, come on.
For a guy in a sweaty day.
Come on, thank you.
Yeah,
thank you.
That's what we got.
I have my tricks. I have my tricks.
You're good. All right, so Johnson gets the inbound. Back at it here. 6:15 to go, third quarter. And a whistle and a foul. Kellen Tynes' first personal.
Alliance up by 11, largest lead of the game.
So, McCoy Uwat, Frank Mitchell. And again, they're having to be busy with it. Look at this. Frank's coming out now to help. Frank, look at this. Here we go. Frank does it all. Here's Frank. Frank's got the mop. There he is.
You called it. You said he creates video games. Saturday Night Live.
Yep.
He mopping the floor.
You know, Carl Malone was the mailman.
Yep.
Frank Mitchell's the mop man.
He's the mop.
He's the mop man. Mopping up.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
How many nicknames do we have for Frank Mitchell?
Well, I got lots.
We got Frankenstein. We got Frank the Tank. 00. Mop man.
He's going to mop up the boards. He's been mopping them up all season.
Are we going to have Canadian
there and knob of those hands with the mop man. Shooting Stars need to go on a run here. This might help. No. Oh, big rebound, Walker. Skies high, goes up. No, a little too strong.
Again, it's
Mitchell.
there.
And it's Shooting Star basketball. Just these little chippies, the little bunnies around the basket just aren't falling.
I know. And they're right there. Good looks, going up strong. Great effort. Second chance opportunities. There's just a lid on the rim for the Scarborough Shooting Stars this afternoon.
Yeah, I thought maybe it was one side, but it seems to be both. Kellen Tynes off balance. And again, Frank, though, tip drill. Back out. Horton now. IT is going to carry the load here without Ant. Oh, Guerrier gets them up. And Johnson a little too much, and he's fouled. And Trent Johnson's going to go to the line. And Quincy Guerrier just seems to have a little different MO in this second half. It's almost like he just said, hey, Ant's gone right now. This is my team. Jump on my shoulders.
And I like what he just did right there. Very selfless play. This is a young man, again, 5 points, trying to find his rhythm, right? He's just starting to feel it. And right there, what he does, he's in the paint. He can go strong and go to the line, but instead what he does is he says, let me look for my teammates, finds Johnson, gives Johnson a better look, and gives him a chance to go to the line and put 2 points on the board.
Well, you can bring your crew and experience game day like never before. Season 5 from the ends. Be a part of the action from here at Toronto Pan Am Sports Center by scanning the QR code or visiting shootingstars.ca/tickets. Get your tickets here. It's a great building, great vibe. Music's playing all the time. Celebrity row all the time. We got all the celebs that come here from the Driz, Six God Drake, Mel Gibson. He's been here this year. All the ex-NBAers. Boucard with Guerrier. Boucard strong to the hoop. Mouinkat got a hand on the basketball, but it's a 13-point lead for the Alliance, and this is something that the Shooting Stars have not faced this season, a big deficit.
Yeah, absolutely. Scarborough's been in this situation before. For them, it's about when is the hot hand really going to come into play.
Let's go over to J.J. Evison, who's got an update on Ant.
That's right, guys. Saw Ant Nelson on the bench working with the athletic trainer from the Alliance, then on the bike. Can never be too safe when you've got a non-contact injury, but he's been given the thumbs up. He's okay to return. Shouldn't be long before we see him back in this contest, Rod.
Yeah, it looked awkward. He looked down like a pretzel. There he is. They need him. Let's see if the Shooting Stars, 5 minutes to work with in the third and then 6 in the fourth. Kellen Tynes again. Oh, Frank Mitchell brings the house down and almost the rim with it.
Showtime.
The mop man cleaning up.
Showtime from Frank Mitchell. Again, the miss, but comes up with the rebound and the putback. Frank the Tank puts it down when his team needs it the most.
Oh, what a steal here by Tynes. Kellen waits to the rim. Shooting Stars on a run here.
Kellen Tynes, amazing defense. League leader in steals, 2.4 per game, comes up with one right there and finishes in the transition.
They'll have to start on defense. Guerrier, eyes it.
The response.
Cold-blooded, knocks it down.
Quincy Guerrier, what a response. Just when Scarborough's starting to build a little bit of momentum, number 6 finds them for 3 from deep.
6 into the 6. Quincy Guerrier, and so quiet in the first half, but this is why he is an NBA caliber ball player.
Yep.
Tell you what, the Alliance need Quincy Guerrier to play at this level.
In 6 minutes, he already has 8 points, 1 block, 2 assists.
53-41 is the score. How about the putback?
The showtime.
Rim rocker.
Tynes goes up, Mitchell right there on Quincy Guerrier.
Well, the mop man cleans up. We'll sweep it aside. We'll go to commercial break and come back to Scarborough. Oh, his name translates to warrior. That's what he does best. Quincy Guerrier.
Quincy Guerrier with a quick 8 points in just 6 minutes. Listen, tough start in the first half, 0 points. Second half, first 6 minutes, 8 points. Of course, 5 rebounds still, 2 assists. He's doing it all. And I think it's the emotional aspect as well. You see he's a little bit more hungry. There's a little bit more juice in the way he moves.
We had double technicals as well. Chris Pacella coming over and clarifying that they took the timeout. There was a foul, then a double technicals on teams. So kind of a wash here, but 4.5. Lots of ball left. And then, of course, target time in the fourth.
Yep.
Shooting Stars, though, have to make good on every possession. This is the guy. Oh, Frank the Tank with the bank.
Great spin move off contact, goes up with the left hand and finishes. Frank Mitchell doing what he does best.
10-point game. Has to start on defense, though.
Absolutely.
Johnson looking for Guerrier. Watched by Mouinkat. There's a floater. Mitchell rips it down. Double time again for Frank Mitchell. What an all-star season this guy's having. Thomas back out. Mouinkat puts it on the deck. Tries to drive. Euro step back to Frank. This is not his shot, but who knows? Oh, yes, it is. Oh, Frank Mitchell did that. Shooting threes now. The mop man does it all.
Oh my goodness, Frank Mitchell from deep. He's doing it all today. He's doing it all.
Lead is 7. Oh, what a feed and a poster.
And Quincy Gary with the response right away says, no, 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 you're not going to catch fire. I'm going to respond, and I'm going to dunk on number 0.
And Frank playing a great game, but you're just on the Quincy Guerrier poster. Now let's see if Frank Mitchell can posterize him back. Jay Scrub, quiet today. Moon Cat needs it. No. Rebound. Guerrier again. Rips it down, gobbles it up, and here come the Alliance with 2:53 to go in the third.
Gary already at 10 points.
And back on the floor. Lost the ball to the corner. Boucard blocked. Here's Mitchell. Pushes the ball now. Thomas 1-on-2. Oh, and it goes. Trey Thomas with the deuce.
Trey Thomas with a very brave drive to the rim. Quincy Gary was right there, but Lethamy was right there, but Trey Thomas is brave, goes up strong, and gets to 2.
Here come the shooting stars. And another whistle.
Tynes got his hand in there, went for the steal, got his hand in there. And let's take a look at this. Frank Mitchell shooting from 3. But look at this. He has to back up. He's giving him the shot. Gary gives him the shot, and he makes it. Gary says, no, I'm going to respond. Goes up with a dunk on 0-0. What a great sequence between these two players who have clearly taken over in this third quarter.
Two great Canadian players who have an inside game, clearly a presence, and can also use their hands and are so physical. This is a great matchup, and Guerrier and Mitchell, players to watch today, and Guerrier just coming alive in the second half. As predicted, Deshaun.
Coming alive. Listen, he's a 14-point-per-game scorer. He had 0 in the first half, and he already has 10 as we near the end of this third quarter. He's come alive, and now Montreal really starting to get going now. But Scarborough's not going down without a fight.
Free throws are hitting for the Alliance. Frank feeling it. Moon Cat. Watched by Horton. Scrub, baseline, and a walk. Travel. No basket. 2 minutes to go, third quarter. On Canada Day. Hope you're enjoying. Got the grill cooking today. The barbecue. You got plans tonight? Going to watch some fireworks?
I got some fireworks planned for tonight.
Nice.
We got some fireworks. We got some barbecue grill.
Nice.
You got to do it right on Canada Day,
Oh,
right?
you got to do it right on Canada Day. Everybody has their own way. Of course, the Blue Jays downtown playing. World Cup coming up on the weekend. Canada soccer nation as well now. And everybody looking forward to that. Johnson puts it on the floor, stepping back. Shimanga on Mitchell. Banging. More. Nate Shimanga goes up and over 0-0.
And you can see the big body that Frank Mitchell gave him. Shimanga's body shook a little bit when he touched Frank Mitchell, but he went up strong and converted on the 2.
Frank wanted to go up. This is a nice matchup again with Shimanga. Here's Cat back in the game. Barber to Frank. Frank likes the leaners in here and a walk.
Yep. Great dish from Cat Barber, but Frank Mitchell got caught up in traffic. You can see it right there. He was never really comfortable.
They just seemed a little out of sync today.
Yeah.
Just a little step behind or even a step ahead at times, the Shooting Stars with an irregular lineup today.
You see it, and they're trying to build the plane as they're flying it, right? And the plane's being built. They're finding their groove. But now the issue is you've been in a deficit all game. And guess what? Montreal is finally starting to find themselves while they've had that lead. So now you got to play defense. You said it earlier, Rod. You got to play defense if you want to get back into this game. You got to stop the Alliance from scoring.
Alliance really on a roll lately. They've won 3 in a row, trying to make it 4 in a row. And Koi Uat is nailed here with this foul on Shimanga. So we're going to look at all the fouls that are accumulating, getting into bonus time as well. And points are accumulating. Only 1:19 to go in the third.
And my big thing here is Frank Mitchell was kind of the lifeline for this team so far in his third quarter. He's come off the court. You got Tynes, you got Barber, you got Walker, you got Uat, you got Scrub on the court. They're all struggling. Who's going to be the one of that group to find their groove, get hot, and lead this team when Frank Mitchell comes off the court?
You can bring your crew, experience game day like no other. Of course, the Alliance, the Alliance in Quebec. Hit that QR code. Visit alliancemontreal.ca/tickets. Great place to watch for Dunn as well. Boy, basketball, such a hotbed right across the country, but Montreal, the Quebec players through the years, think of Lou Dort and Chris Boucher and Joel Anthony, who's We're going to hear from momentarily. Anthony Walker is going to try to go up. Oh, good defense from Trent Johnson. The Cambridge native brings it down. Here comes Horton, coast to coast. Now to the corner, 3-ball, and no. Johnson again. Trent Johnson having a monster game. Almost over and back. How about Ant Nelson? Tiptoe on the center line. 45 to go in the quarter. Lead is back to 12. Every time the Shooting Stars, Deshaun, inch closer, the Alliance pull away.
And you got to respect how Montreal is keeping their possessions alive, creating second chance opportunities. There were a lot of tipped passes on that last possession, but what do you also see? You see Alliance players getting on the ground, getting dirty, diving for the ball, wanting to continue to increase that time of possession, wanting to hold on to that ball. You got to respect it from Montreal, really doing their best to keep hold of this lead.
Short-staffed right now are the Shooting Stars without Miles Powell today, and Charles Bediaco, Amir Sims not in the lineup. Their two best target score players in terms of efficiency are Miles Powell and Amir Sims. If they can get to target score, who will be the guy they rely on? I would say probably 0-0.
Exactly.
Maybe even Cap Barber. And there is a nice rebound from McCoy Uat. 35 seconds to go, third quarter. Dominated by the Alliance. Bounce pass, Uat. Scoops, and he's going to go to the line. Almost made it a old-fashioned three-point play.
But you know what, Rod, you raise a good point. Two of their most clutch players, Amir Sims, Miles Powell, out today. Who's going to step up when the game is on the line if they were in that position? They got to get out of this deficit first. We've seen them do that before, so there's no need to
get it to single
write
digits.
Them off, right? But when they can get back into this game, if they're able to bring it down to the wire in target score time, who's going to step up? Who's going to find that rhythm? Is it going to be Frank Mitchell? Is it going to be Frank Mitchell? We'll see.
So Akoy Uat. Akoy nails that. Again, the free throws. We'll see how they play out. Akoy pretty good at 78% from the line, but it's just been a nightmarish day from 15 feet out for the Shooting Stars. That helps. So it's a 10-point game. Difference of 4 seconds shot to game clock. Here's a full court pressure from the Shooting Stars. Trying to force a steal here, now retreat. And the Alliance trying to get another bucket here before the third quarter expires. Sawe working with Kath. Sawe has a height advantage, bounces back out to Ant. Shot clock's at 7. Quarters at 10. Shot clock's at 4. Shot clock's at 3. Shot clock's at 2, and it expires. No, there was a foul at 1 second, and Terrell Vernon hates this call.
Kellen Tynes got his hand in there, went for the steal. One of the best in the league when it comes to steals. Top 5 in the league. Kellen Tynes, 2.4 steals per game. But on that possession, just a little bit too physical.
Look at the shot clock.
Let's take a look at this.
Is it
you
5
see
seconds?
Nelson's in there.
4,
UConn's
3.
working him. And yeah, Tynes gets in there.
Tynes
gets in there.
George Lefebvre's checking in for Horton. Barthelemy is checking in as well. So 4.9. Technical as well here. Terrell Vernon trying to get the message across. Johnson nails that, makes it an 11-point game. Now they get 2 shots for Ant Nelson. So third quarter that got a little unglued for the hometown Shooting Stars.
And that's a huge foul because it possibly takes this, what would have been a 10-point deficit, and might extend it to 12. Obviously a missed free throw right there. But what it also does is it kind of just slows down the momentum that Scarborough had to kind of finish out this quarter. You saw they were kind of getting in their groove defensively.
Oh, and an offensive rebound. They might get a last shot. They will. Oh, what a play by Johnson.
Wow.
Underneath to Asawe. Unbelievable for the Alliance to finish off that quarter. Offensive rebound on the free throw miss. And Trent Johnson, who's been outstanding today as he comes back to his hometown province. Watch this.
Look at this. The resiliency. Missed free throw. Comes up with the rebound. Passes it out. Johnson. There you go. Back in there. Montreal still up as we enter the fourth quarter. We'll take a quick break and be
Did you know that every CEBL game ends on a game-winning bucket? Yep, every single one. That's because we use something called target score ending, a thrilling twist that keeps fans locked in till the final shot. So what is the target score ending? Here's how it works. The first time the clock stops with 4 minutes or less left in the fourth quarter, the game clock is turned off. We enter target score time. We take the leading team's score, add 9 points, and that becomes the target score. Let's say it's 91-80. That means the first team to hit 100 wins. No ticking clock, no intentional fouls, just pure clutch basketball. It's fast, it's electric, and it guarantees that every game ends with a bang. Experience the target score ending this CEBL season.
Welcome back to Scarborough, basketball fans. I'm joined now by two-time NBA champion and GM of the Montreal Alliance, Joel Anthony. And we talked a little bit about having to manage a season as a general manager, constructing and deconstructing rosters. How do you find you're doing that this season with this Montreal squad?
I think this year's been good. You know, we've been able to get guys that I think really fit really well in terms of what we want to build culture-wise and bought in. You know, availability is something that's huge in terms of finding guys that are also, you know, going to be here for the long haul. But just like any other team in any other season in our league, you have to be able to make adjustments. As you know, we've had guys that have been in and out. So just trying to be prepared whenever those changes come, and you know, just take it from there.
Team's on a little bit of a win streak here, potentially moving that forward. What do you like from the action on the floor from your squad here today?
I love what they've been able to do defensively. You know, they've done a great job in terms of being able to hold Scarborough down. That's been a high-scoring team for us against us, and you know, they've done it, you know, with the culture that we want to be able to have in terms of having a grit and being tough defensively. So been really happy to see that, and along with that, just sharing the ball well and being able to generate good offense.
Montreal's got a great basketball culture, maybe stands alone in the country. We appreciate the time. Enjoy the rest of the game. Best of luck. All right.
Thank you.
Well,
over to you.
JJ, you're so right, and that's the guy you were chatting with is one of the main reasons Joel Anthony, such a proponent of basketball in Quebec and Canada. Cat Barber starts off the fourth quarter. By the way, this is the beginning of a home and home. These teams have played already once. They started the season. Scarborough won that game. These teams will meet again in Verdun on Friday night. So one team will have revenge in mind. And Cat Barber, like a cat, knocks that out of bounds. And so, again, it's target score fourth quarter. Again, down to the 4-minute mark. Clock stops at the 4-minute mark, and the next whistle, and we play to a target score. Cat Barber battling underneath. Watch that battle. Down in the paint with Keyshawn Barthélemy. Number 3 lets it fly, and in and out. What a great look. Here's a good chance for the Shooting Stars to scratch back. Cat scratch underneath. Mitchell, baby hook goes. The all-time assist leader with the dish.
What a setup by Cat Barber. He knifes his way through the defense, and instead of going up, unselfish, dishes it off to Frank Mitchell, and he catches them with the baby hook to get 2 points on the board to start this fourth. Scarborough down by 9.
Ant Nelson's checking in a moment. So the radar is up for the Shooting Stars when the Ant comes back. Guerrier, watched by Mitchell. Sawe, rainbow shot, no, and another miss. Empty trip for the Alliance. Exactly what the Shooting Stars wanted. Sawe watching Barber. Stutter dribble. Cat takes it, and he's had it knocked out of bounds by George Lefebvre, the Montreal native who plays at McGill. Played at McGill. Plays in Portugal recently. How about the Cat Barber?
And look at this. Cat knifes his way through. And look at that. Finds Mitchell. Mitchell goes up with the baby hook. Cat Barber is just so fast, so athletic. It's hard to even react. By the time you're reacting to what he does, he's already done it. Right? And that's what makes him so special. You know, he's aged in this league, but hasn't lost a step. Right? And, you know, when Cat Barber came in 4 or 5 years ago, remember the Guelph, you know, Nighthawks, new to this league, he's just as good back then as he is today. Of course, we've seen him with his struggles, but he's still a dangerous player in this league.
You bet he is. At 31, Cat has many lives. So we're going to tell you.
Agree with that.
1 for 6 from the line today. There it is. So back-to-back he's made. Looks like a little more leg this time for Cat Barber. On his toes as well. Notice that? Little forward, little straighter, and Cat Barber looks like he's corrected it. For now, 63-56, and the Shooting Stars are bouncing back here. Nelson back, Cat on him. Here in the fourth in Scarborough. Canada Day celebration. We're going to have some fireworks here in the fourth. Boucard with Ant. Baseline again. Boucard. Mitchell out. No, and Boucard from the free throw line drops the jumper.
Gio Boucard wide open at the free throw line, takes it and makes it. You need those points in this fourth quarter. You want to extend that lead as far as possible before target score time.
Good hands again by the Alliance. Thomas retreating. Lions. Oh, nice play by Nelson. And had it knocked it out of bounds, actually, he lost it. Shooting Stars ball. 9-point ball game. And again, down to the 4-minute mark, and they'll shut the clock off and we'll play to the target score. Add 9 to the lead score. That will be the target today. What will the target be? Can the Shooting Stars rally here? They've never had the lead. Thomas goes, splashdown, hardly any net. Unbelievable shot from the guy named Trey with the tray.
What a clean look from Trey Thomas. Simple step back, loses the defender, goes up, swish for the Scarborough Shooting Stars.
Ant swings it. Boucard with Mitchell. Oh, get it out of here, he says. Swatted, rejected, denied, blocked.
Frank Mitchell, let's take a look at this block again. Rack it up, Danny G. Look at this. Frank Mitchell, drive. Boucard says to Boucard, get out of here. Get that out of here. Goes up, his second big block of the game. Frank Mitchell, a bona fide rim protector.
Rim rocker, rim protector, shot blocker, floor mopper, board cleaner. By the way, if Danny G can get this shot, see all these people. I want to give the staff here at the Pan Am Center today such credit. Look at them all out there mopping the floor. Again, it's such a hot day outside. You can see them all at work trying to keep this floor dry, and it's just part and parcel. I mean, we have air conditioning inside, but it's so hot. So kudos to all of you, all members of the staff today who have done an incredible job with the towels, with the mops. It's not easy, folks.
Absolutely.
I have done games, an NBA exhibition game, as a matter of fact, the Naismith Cup. Raptors and the Grizzlies played here in Calgary, and the game had to be canceled. It's had a similar situation in Newfoundland a few years ago because the floor perspires. It's cold underneath. There's no ice under here, but you get it in hockey rinks, and so it's so hard. But congratulations, kudos, thank you to all of the great workers here at the Pan Am Center for all the work that they're doing here today.
Agreed.
Today's the first half of a home-and-home series between the Shooting Stars and Alliance, as I mentioned. Second leg taking place for Dunn Auditorium in Montreal on Friday. Tip-off 7:30 Eastern. Get your tickets. Watch it here on CEBL Plus, CBC Gem, and YouTube. Boy, what a great rivalry we've got in the East now between two teams that, by the way, are cousins because they came into the CEBL at the exact same time.
Months apart, months apart.
Shooting Stars won a championship, have had more success in the playoffs. Joel Anthony's trying to be the architect of getting a championship to Montreal. Foul, and that will go against Chimanga. It's a 6-point game. Shooting Stars trailed by as much as 13 in this ball game.
Scarborough doing a great job of just staying alive. And the big thing about Scarborough, what I've noticed today is, listen, no matter how big the deficits get, the Shooting Stars hit the right shots at the right time to stay alive.
Trey Thomas, boy, he's been so good in the back floor. There he is again, off balance, off the glass. Tap back Walker, a little too strong. That would have brought the house down.
Oh, it definitely would have. It definitely would have. I think the fans are waiting for one of those.
The Alliance now trying to stretch that run. 6:53 to go, but again, 2:53 to go to the fourth, and Chimanga will go to the line. Frank Mitchell got a hand on him. Chance to make it the old-fashioned three. And again, extend the lead after the Shooting Stars cut it to 6.
And look at this good look. Nelson right here working the offense, working the Koyu out. Looks like he's about to drive. Look at the dish. No look. No look, and a finish by Chimanga. What a play from Ant Nelson. Setting that up, he has been lethal all day. He's taken a little bit of a step back in this second half with regards to scoring duties, but when it comes to actually running this offense and setting up his teammates for success, he hasn't lost a beat.
Beautiful free throw that time on that high arching shot from Shimanga. 68-59. 2:42 to go until target score time. Cat dribbling, double team. Cat trying to force it on the other side, the reverse, out of bounds. It's going to stay with Scarborough. 14 on the shot clock.
Scarborough has to stay disciplined on this defensive possession. Don't give up opportunities, stay and deny, take away the passing lanes, force Montreal to move the ball.
Uat launches, got it! Akoy, Akoy, Akoy!
Big shot from McCoy Uat.
Huge shot. Lead 7 again. Guerrier spinning on Walker, 6-on-6, playing 1-on-1, and the other 6. Walker gonna have to tap it. Uat slams it, and the Scarborough Shooting Stars have pulled within 4 points.
And the momentum is flipping. You're feeling the momentum shift. Scarborough is on a run, converting in transition, getting steals, and finishing. Scarborough will not go down.
Horton, dead eye, takes aim, rebound. Nelson tapped it out of bounds, and the crowd has come as well with the Shooting Stars right back in this game, trying to will this team back.
And let's look at this. McCoy Uat with a straight lane, goes up strong, finishes. No one's going to stop him. McCoy Uat needs one of those. Such an athletic player for this team, showing that athleticism on display.
Could be the X factor here today. Akoy's also had a target score winner, and this is exactly where the Shooting Stars wanted to be. Close, heading to target score time. We've got 97 seconds to go until that 4-minute mark when we turn off the clock. Cat goes up, and it's tapped back by Anthony Walker.
Anthony Walker right there, no one defending him, just a free lane to finish that putback.
The lead is 2. What a comeback. Guerrier, strong, lost it out of bounds. Alliance basketball.
And Akoy Uat met him at the rim. That looked like a highlight reel play for Quincy Guerrier. Akoy Uat was right there, both hands up, went up clean, didn't foul him. Ball went out of bounds, but of course, Montreal ball, but Akoy Uat such a great job at being a rim protector on that play. The athleticism was on full display.
Well, I know the fireworks aren't till later tonight. Nation's capital, Capitol Hill across Canada, but I'll tell you what, the fireworks in this fourth quarter have been outstanding. Shooting Stars bouncing back in a big way. Long shot that time. Williams, Lou couldn't make it happen. A 3-pointer could give the Shooting Stars their first lead of the ball game. Cat takes it, can't make it. 50 seconds to go to the 4-minute point. And it's target score time. Nelson, nice play. Guerrier fouled, no call.
No finish.
Thomas takes it, makes it! Shooting Stars have their first lead of the ball game. Are you kidding me? Wow. Unreal comeback. Trey Thomas, nice play. Oh, Akoy! Oh boy, Akoy does it again. The Shooting Stars shining right now.
Let's look at Akoy Uat on this play. Can't get that look, but Akoy Uat came soaring so fast that the camera couldn't even catch it. Swats that ball out of bounds, keeps that lead going. Scarborough up by 1 with 4:14 left, 13 seconds from target score time.
Wow, this is unbelievable what's happened here in the fourth quarter. Johnson, great game by this kid. Misses. Guerrier trying to put it up. We're in time for target score time. Next whistle will stop the clock. And the Shooting Stars looking to have the lead heading into target score. Cat thinking about it. Giving it to Thomas. Why not? He's been red hot. And no. So now the Alliance could take the lead
This is
as we
stunning.
bleed into the next stoppage. Ant. Leaner. He's going to shoot. So Ant Nelson, they're just going to put him to the line. The clock is stopped. You don't have to put anybody out there because now we're going to go to target score time. We have a body that's been felled on the baseline. It's slow to get up. It's Cat Barber. Cat takes a lot of those shots.
Yeah.
It's a blocking foul. So now Ant Nelson's going to step up. Nobody will be around him. He's going to take 2 shots. The Montreal Alliance are either going to be down 1, tied, or leading by 1, and then we'll determine the target score time. The target score, I can tell you right now, will be based entirely on these 2 shots.
What a stunning last 2 minutes of this fourth quarter so far.
By committee.
Absolutely.
By committee. Everybody on the floor.
Yes.
It wasn't one person. Normally it's a Miles Powell or a Frank Mitchell. It was everybody. Trey Thomas, Cat Barber, Akoy Uot, Anthony Walker.
Yep.
And it was all precipitated by defense.
And you know what? That's what you're wanting if you're Terrell Vernon. Keep chipping away at it and let it come together at the right time. They worked their way through this game. They've worked their way through their woes, and now the chemistry has come together at the right time for this unit as we enter target score time. Game tied right here.
Based
One
on this.
to go up by 1.
And they will. So the target score at 9-70. The target score here is 79. First team to 79. Shooting Stars trailing again, but they got the lead for the first time since the tip because of the guy named Trey who hit the tray. 70-69. We play to 79. Who will be the winner on Canada Day 2026? Let's bring it on. It's game time. It's showtime.
You gotta love a Canadian hoops. Two hands. Oh, what a block from behind.
Next bucket wins. Target score time is the best time of a game. The energy, the drama.
That anything can happen. Oh my goodness! Can you believe this guy?
Big players step up in big time.
He is cooking.
It is a Canada Day thriller. Didn't look like it about a half an hour ago, but the Scarborough Shooting Stars have rallied hard, playing deep, playing hard. And who will be the winner on this Canada Day with a target score set at 79 and the Alliance up by 1?
Yeah, I'm labeling this the Canada Day Classic. But listen, Rob, we spoke about it just moments ago, and you made a great point. You said if you're the Montreal Alliance, you're fouling Cat Barber. Hack a Cat. Send Cat Barber to the line, free throws, and let him come over his woes and hit those shots. And I agree with you. I want to see what Cat Barber can do in clutch time right here. It's winning time. Scarborough Shooting Stars have fought their way back into this game, but they need to be able to come over all their issues if they want to put it away.
Alley-oop. Oh, Khalil Miller! Or just give it to Khalil Miller.
Showtime from Khalil Miller. I haven't seen that in a while, but Khalil Miller found himself in midair, finished on that alley-oop from Cat Barber.
6 for him. 8 points away. 71-70. Shooting Stars. Who will be the pride of Canada today? Montreal or Scarborough? Guerrier, what a feed! Boucard on the reverse.
What an unselfish play from Quincy Guerrier. Could have went up, but finds Guillaume Boucard on the baseline and gives him the opportunity to go up on the reverse. Great look from Quincy Guerrier.
Cat behind his back, threads inside, up high, it doesn't go. A little too strong that time. Back comes Ant Nelson. Cat quickly back into the D. Watch out for 31. Trent Johnson's had a monster game. Kid from Cambridge, back home. Nelson hasn't been a three-point shooting classic by any stretch, but Nelson nails it. A huge one.
Reverse commentator curse.
75-71 for Points away are the Alliance.
Wow. What just
a silencer here.
And look at this. Slows it down. Miller all over him. Nelson says, give me this shot. Give me the space. You want to give me the space? I'm going to take that shot, and I'm going to make it right in your face.
And you don't see that a lot in close target score time. You don't see teams jacking up threes because you can shoot your way right out of it. Costly miss by Cat Barber at the other side as he went 1 on 4. So now it's going to be interesting to see how each team responds here. Guillaume Boucard, the veteran. How about this pass from Quincy?
Yep, Quincy Guerrier, unselfish, finds Guillaume Boucard on the baseline. Guillaume Boucard did a great job of staying in sync with number 6. Number 6 finds him and gives him the lane to make a great reverse layup to put some points on the board. Great chemistry right there from these two Canadians.
Boy, a lot of scoring by committee. The Alliance led by Nelson with 14. IT Horton has 11, and then 3 players at 10, including Boucard, Shimanga, Guerrier. Johnson also has 10. 4 players with 10, so they're getting significant contributions in the huddle here with Jermaine. And now what do you run? And I got to think that you also want to get it inside to Frank Mitchell here.
Absolutely. Frank Mitchell sitting at 16 with a double-double, 11 rebounds, right? Frank Mitchell's been money today. He's done it all. He's hit floaters. He's hit jumpers. He's hit threes. He's had some highlight reel dunks. He's done it all. You got to get number 00 involved right now in target score time because you know he's going to come through for you based on his resume this afternoon.
Frank's had 9 double-doubles in 14 games. Looking for a win here, trying to stay undefeated at home. Thomas, and he's fouled. He's going to shoot. So, again, we're going to go back to the theme of the day, free throw shots.
Yep.
And the Shooting Stars have not been good from the line here today. And 14 of 26, and now they are critical, must makes. And if you are going to miss that second one, you've got to crash the glass.
Absolutely. Trey Thomas hits his 6th free throw today to be 6 for 8 from the line right now. One of the more reliable shooters for Scarborough this afternoon. Number 2 looking to convert and add 2 points to the board.
And he does, so they are now 5, I think that's 6 points away. Montreal's 2 possessions away. And here is the most critical defensive possession of the game for the Shooting Stars. Got to get a stop here. Give yourselves a chance. Look at the D here. Suffocating on Nelson. Nelson lets it fly. Way off. And Guerrier can't control it out of bounds. Great defensive statement from the Shooting Stars.
Agreed. Cat Barber all over Nelson. Like white on rice. Cat Barber not giving up on defense and, of course, forcing Nelson to jack up that 3 that went absolutely nowhere. Scarborough has the ball down by 2.
Down 2. 5 points at 1 point away, and now they're 6 points away from victory. So 3 possessions, 2 possessions. Again, you don't need the threes. Barber going off the glass, and Katz going to the line. Now, again, he had missed 11 straight since he came back to the line. 11 straight free throws. That's almost unfathomable to think about Cat Barber. But he has made his last 3 in a row.
Well, you know
looked
what?
Much better.
Despite how much he's missed, he can erase all those woes right here by going 2 for 2 at the line on the most important free throws of his game tonight. Here we go.
Looks like it's corrected. How about the kicks he's wearing today, too?
I like those.
How about the bling?
Those are some
That
jaws
is,
with the bling.
Yeah, those are sparkly.
Yeah, it's kind of like the glare's kind of getting in my eyes a little bit.
Now, the thing is, if you're Frank Mitchell and Anthony Walker,
be ready.
Be ready.
Yeah.
5 points away from victory. 1 point away from tying. And Cat just taking his time, and how about that now, 5 in a row. Clutch, Cat Barber.
And now we have a tie game.
Tie game, 2-possession game for both sides to win. It's going to be all defense here. Maybe fouls as well, and it could come down to free throws. Horton dribbling, frenzy here. Horton, floater, up top, swatted. Frank Mitchell has it. Here come the Shooting Stars again. Cat leads the charge. Barber to the rim, sends it back out. Trey Thomas a 3. Yes! Yes! Trey Thomas hits it. And now the Shooting Stars are one basket away from victory. Oh my goodness. Oh, Canada. Yikes. Trey Thomas with another three.
The man named Trey just hit a tray. And let's take another look at that. Rack it up, Danny G. Cat Barber drives, kicks it out. Akoy Uwat dashes it out to Trey, and he hits that. His second big three of the game. He had the three to give them the lead to finish regulation and bring us into target scores time. And now he has the three to bring Scarborough 1 point away from winning this game.
Who will be the finisher? It's still not over.
Absolutely.
Not over. Montreal ball. They get a bucket. Then they get a stop. They get another chance. So again, 2 possessions for them, 1 possession for Scarborough. The toughest thing to do in any sport. Close.
Yes.
And it's closing time. Here's Terrell Vernon inside that huddle. I'm sure he's talking about defense and the transition back, and I'm sure Trey Thomas has taken some great threes. You do not need a three.
No.
Attack the rim, and if you have to win with a free throw,
you do it.
Start the bus,
Yep.
Go home, get the victory. But it's far from over, and this is an absolute nail-biter here.
And remember, if you're Montreal, the person you want taking that free throw on Scarborough's end to possibly win that game, you want Cat Barber taking that free throw if you are Montreal, given the struggles he's had this afternoon. He just went 2 for 2 from his last stint at the line, but you still want him taking that free throw out of anyone else in the black and white.
Next time the ball goes through the rim for Scarborough, they win. The Alliance need a bucket, then a stop.
Here we
go. Bukar to Ant Nelson. Ant's the man. And they don't need a three, just two possessions. Johnson inside to Guerrier. This is the guy you want to have the rock. Guerrier spinning. Quincy right to the rim. And Terrell Vernon's going to take a timeout.
What a take from Quincy Guerrier. Look at this ball on the line. Game on the line.
And a foul.
Yep, and 1 to send him to the line.
Not going to really matter because the next possession matters.
Yep,
and there's a timeout as well.
And Walker's all over him. Quincy Guerrier takes his time. He says, I'm going to do a spin move, draw some contact, go up with the right, and he finishes at the rim and 1. And now he has a chance to bring them within 1, tie this game, and now.
And it makes it a 1 possession game or a 1 free throw game, and anything can happen here. We've seen this play out before, so I'm sure, I don't know if J.J. Evison, if he's going to be in one of the huddles, I'm sure for Scarborough, the strategy. Now again, a miss by Guerrier. Ball comes back out. I'm thinking maybe that might even be a play here. Like,
it's true.
Play the miss. Get the ball. Try to get the ball back because you're going to have to give them going to give Scarborough the ball anyway. So it's a 1 possession game. Doesn't really matter. You're going to have to. The next bucket's going to win. A miss isn't crippling if you get an offensive rebound.
Exactly, because it gives you 1 more possession.
And this is where the strategy of the Elam ending, the target score, is so fascinating. When you get a game like this, we haven't had one here in Scarborough this close like this. This is one of the closest of the season here in a low-scoring game. But it's all about D right now, and there's a very good chance that free throws could decide this. Who gets the ball if you're Scarborough? Trey Thomas has been Mr. 3. You don't need a 3. Frank Mitchell inside. You've got to think that he could be the guy that finishes this. You got to think that Quincy Guerrier could be the guy to finish for Montreal, but it's going to depend on this free throw. I'm fascinated by what could happen here.
And look at this. If you're Frank Mitchell, if you're Walker, you need to come down with the rebound on this free throw. You have to.
I don't know if they're playing the miss here because they've got Lou Williams in that lane. But again, this to tie, and then 1 possession. He's going for it. He ties it. 78-78.
Here we go.
Here it is. Next basket wins on Canada Day. Cat Barber, will it be you? Here comes Trey Thomas. Frank Mitchell coming up. Likely a pick and roll with him. Shot clock coming to 8. Thomas goes to the lane. He scores. He wins it. Trey Thomas, happy Canada Day. Oh, Scarborough. on Canada Day. Trey Thomas, without a doubt, is the player of the game. Single-handedly won this game in target score time. Oh, what a day for Trey. What a day for the Shooting Stars. The former Bowling Green Falcon, the Toronto native, wears that maple leaf with pride. And what a game from both teams. This was what the Canadian Elite Basketball League is all about, ladies and gentlemen. Everybody won today.
And Trey Thomas wanted it. He wanted the moment. Didn't need the three. He drove. Nelson all over him. Goes up with the right and finishes. Creates that separation. Trey Thomas, so many big shots for this Scarborough team today. The one piece of consistency when they needed him the most. And it's so fitting that number 2 is the one to put it away in target score time and give them this improbable win.
On a day where they were short-staffed, missing Miles Powell and Amir Sims and Charles Bediaco, J.J. Evison, you better get your dance shoes on. Because what they do here is they dance. These guys dance, and it's not an interview. It's a post-game team interview, and Trey Thomas will be coming over in a second. You better get ready to dance.
Freshly polished, Rod. Freshly polished shoes today.
You better get ready because they're going to be dancing in a second. And what a team effort. We're lucky to broadcast this team in the ends. And every game is so different. Every team effort so different. Every ending in the ends is so different. And here they go bouncing. The Shooting Stars, Dancing Stars, again, they are now 12-2, and they pulled this one out of the jaws of defeat.
And you know what? What's so special about this type of win right here, Rod? These are character-building wins. Think about the amount of adversity this team faced through 4 quarters.
Here they
Cat
come.
Barber trying to find himself.
Here they come.
JJ,
get ready.
You better get ready.
JJ with Trey and the rest. They are serious.
Here we go.
The Booster Juice player of the game.
Getting the fresh polish here, guys. Trey, still undefeated at home. How did you get it done here today?
We just stuck together, through adversity, the ups, the downs. We just stayed together and we got it done, got stops, and executed down the stretch.
From Toronto, winning in Scarborough on Canada Day. What does it mean to you to play in Canada's professional basketball league and win on Canada's Day?
It means a lot. My teammates and coaches, they all got trust in me, so it means a lot, and we showed out today.
No Miles Powell, you took over in the clutch time. How does it feel with all your brothers behind you to get this dub for the ends?
It feels good. They all believed in me, as I said. Coaches believed in me, so it feels good.
Here we go.
You're getting the thank you from everybody else here, Trey. Enjoy the win, my buddy.
Let's go.
Hey, back to you, Bob.
Come on, let's go. There you go.
Hey!
Oh,
Hey!
JJ. That was beautiful. How about Trey Thomas? What a day for Trey. If you are a fan of the Scarborough Shooting Stars, you have got to love this team.
Yeah,
every member of this team.
Agreed. This is a team. Again, so much character, so much just amazing personalities. And what I love is victory by committee through adversity. Trey Thomas able to really come up for this team in that second half. Love to see it.
Trey Thomas, game high 22, his best game of the season. Hit the trays and then had the game winner. Maple Leaf Pride on Canada Day. Glowing hearts in Scarborough.
The CDIC was established by the Government of Canada to protect deposits in case of bank failure.
Well, a Canada Day celebration here on the floor. Big celebration for a comeback team. Man, they remind you of the New York Knicks at times. Trey Thomas, unbelievable, glorious and free. Glorious and 3 for him as well. He had a number of threes, 22 points, 80-78. What a thriller. Got the second half of the doubleheader on Canada Day coming up. Calgary Surge, Edmonton Stingers, Battle of Alberta. We just heard an NBA trade as well. Jaylen Brown going to the Philadelphia 76ers. Paul George, and so crazy week in the NBA. Kawhi Leonard comes back to Toronto. Lots to celebrate in Toronto. Yeah. And if you're in Scarborough, what a Canada Day. Hey, let's wave that flag. I got
one more time.
Forgot to show you my kicks too.
What?
Look at that. You like those?
Hey, those are nice. I like those.
Those are sweet.
I like those.
They're not dancing shoes like JJ. I tell you what, fun team to watch, even in adversity. They're unfazed.
Absolutely.
And I think that really starts with their head coach, Terrell Vernon.
Yeah, I think it's all about character. It's character building. This team has proven that even without Miles Powell, even without Amir Sims, even with their leading scorers and most clutch players, they can build it together as the plane is flying. And I think this was a huge momentum boost for this team as they inch close towards playoff season. This is a team that's going to be competing for a championship, so they want to get on all cylinders before the playoffs really start.
They're playing in Montreal on Friday, so the Alliance will seek revenge. That was a tough loss for the Alliance today. They had the lead. They looked like they had that one in their hands, but the Scarborough Shooting Stars, defiance against the Alliance today, and they came back. They rallied back. Huge comeback. What a great tradition here on Canada Day. So to all of you watching across our great country, happy Canada Day. What a great game. What a way to celebrate one of Canada's games. For Deshaun Stevens and J.J. Evison and Dan Gladman, this is Rod Black. Happy Canada Day, everybody. Goodbye from the ends.
Knock 'em out the